How do the Denver Broncos plan to approach their third and final preseason game? Sean Payton announced that Bo Nix and 90% of the starters will not play. They're all going to be in bubble wrap until week 1 in Seattle. He said that at quarterback, Jarrett Stidham will start the game, and he'll get about 8 to 10 snaps, so maybe 1 or 2 drives depending on how those drives go. Then it's Zach Wilson from there. He said that there will be some starters such as Brandon Jones out there because he's been down for so long with his injury that they want to get him some more snaps. Wouldn't be surprised at all if maybe there's another starter mixed in here or there, but besides that, it's going to be all backups, third and fourth stringers for this game. This is going to be a really good opportunity for guys like Zach Wilson in particular. Sean Payton emphasized that in his press conference. Wilson has been working exclusively with the third stringers since the first week of training camp. This is now going to be his opportunity to work with the twos. This is going to be an awesome chance for him to possibly prove why he should be the backup quarterback over Jarrett Stidham. Right now, Stidham is still firmly in the lead. But Sean emphasized that he wants to get Zach Wilson a look with the twos. He says that he wants to see what Zach Wilson is able to do with some, quite frankly, better players around him, because Zach Wilson has been a guy who has had his ups and he's had his downs throughout the course of the entire offseason. This is an awesome opportunity for him, and I'm really excited to see what he does with it. Sean Payton also said, pretty much without saying, that the Broncos are happy with their quarterback room, and he said that it's definitely possible, i.e. strongly probable, that they will keep all 3 quarterbacks on the active roster. He emphasized the new third quarterback rule that was implemented last year and how the Broncos really would benefit from having 3 quarterbacks. So it seems like everybody's still going to stay here in Denver. It's just, what is the rotation going to be? I still think it's going to be Stidham as the 2 and then Zach Wilson as the 3. But I want to propose an interesting scenario here. Let's say that we get to week 17 or week 18 and the Broncos have already locked up a playoff spot. I know we're looking very far ahead here, but let's just think about it for this given scenario. Let's say that the Broncos can rest their starters in the final regular season game. I would much rather see Zach Wilson than Jarrett Stidham start that game. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if that were the case. But again, that's very far down the line. Let's just say that Zach Wilson starts that game, plays well, and then the Broncos could either re-sign him as the long-term backup, or he could parlay it into a deal just like his New York Jets predecessor, Sam Darnold did up in Minnesota. So, again, man, I'm really excited for Zach Wilson in this game. This is going to be a big opportunity for him. This is also going to be another big opportunity for rotational guys at edge, such as Jonah Ellis, who had a whale of a game against Green Bay. I wouldn't be surprised if Ellis only plays probably like the first half, and other guys such as that, guys who are key rotational players that we already know are going to make the team. They'll play some snaps in this game certainly, but this is going to be an opportunity just like the old 4th preseason game where it's guys on the roster bubble trying to make an impact. One guy who I expect we're going to see a lot of in this game is Samaje Perine. Samaje Perine is not going to make the team. He's just not. So the Broncos are trying to boost his trade value. There are a couple of teams that I have highlighted that could be interested in Samaje Perine's services. The Cincinnati Bengals, his old team, is certainly one of them. I feel like they could use some more depth in their running back room, and they would welcome Samaje Perine back with open arms. They wanted to re-sign him heading into the 2023 offseason, but it just didn't work out. Perine wasn't comfortable about the future of Joe Mixon in Cincinnati, and he ended up being correct about that. So I don't know if Perine would want to go back to Cincinnati since Joe Mixon is no longer there, but Joe Mixon's new team, the Houston Texans, could possibly be interested. Dameon Pierce is a guy who really could be an RB1 on any other team, but right now he's pigeonholed into an RB2 role behind Joe Mixon there in Houston. Pierce is somebody who could be traded this offseason. There's been some rumors about Pierce getting traded. That would leave a hole at RB2 for the Houston Texans. Why not pair up Joe Mixon and Samaje Perine for a third time? They were teammates at Oklahoma. They were teammates in Cincinnati. Why not pair them up again? They're very good friends. They play well together, and they complement each other's skill sets. So those are two teams, the Bengals and the Texans, who immediately could be interested in Samaje Perine's services. And the Broncos could play him in this game, try to inflate his trade value, and maybe see if one of those teams would be willing to cough up a 7th-round pick in order to secure Samaje Perine. They may also have the philosophy that they know the Broncos are going to cut Perine anyway, so they might as well just wait and not have to give up draft capital. But again, that's the decisions that I'm thankfully not paid to make, because those are the tough decisions. Do you want to secure the player, or do you want to gamble, risk him hitting the waiver wire, or risk him just being a free agent because he's a veteran, he wouldn't need to hit the waiver wire, risk him hitting the free agent market and some other team scooping him up? I don't know. That's an interesting decision. Maybe the Broncos get lucky. They were able to trade Randy Gregory when he was on his way out the door, and he's now completely flamed out of the NFL. The Buccaneers released him the other day. Then they were obviously able to get some draft capital for Alberto Cuebanam as well. So the Broncos and George Payton have a strong history of being able to do this. Samaje Perine seems like the next candidate for a trade in order to just get something back in return before the Broncos cut him. All right, Broncos country, what do you guys think about Jarrett Stidham only getting about 8 to 10 snaps and then Zach Wilson playing the rest of the game? Like I said earlier, this is a great opportunity for Zach to showcase what he can do, get some good film out there, and just prove again why he has a good chance to be the backup quarterback for the Denver Broncos. Right now, I still think that it will be Jarrett Stidham, but we'll see, man. This is a great opportunity for Zach Wilson. All right, guys, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are two free and easy ways to show your support. Helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.